Welcome to my basement. It's the first day of spring 2012, March 20th. Nice rainy morning. Good day to go over the record books. This is the latest Whitetail 3 record book by Pope and Young. It's really interesting to go through these books and see where your deer in the past end up in that grand scheme of things. I don't consider myself any top-end trophy hunter, but it's nice to see where your effort falls. A lot of times it's by luck, more so by luck than skill. I killed a buck back in 1993 after being on quite a devastating hunt in Alaska that went south on weather conditions, and I was rewarded when I got back by killing the largest whitetail deer that I'd ever killed prior to this date. And I'd be going on 20 hunting seasons, 19 years, 20 hunting seasons this fall. This buck we call Grandpa Buck, and I first videotaped it in 1991 one summer evening, and then I seen it again on the 22nd day of 1992 and was unable to get a shot at it. And I know it was a little bit bigger back then than it was in 1993, the year I harvested. And I'd like to share that video with you, but I also like to draw some light on where that buck ended up. As a current record book, that buck in Iowa is ranked 84th. As I went through the second edition, this was the second edition of the whitetails. And these are all whitetail archery kills in these books. They're so big that they had to come out with a third one. So there's a lot of history in these books. At one time, in the first book, it was ranked 26th in the state. In the second book, it fell to 54th. And now, on the third edition, this buck you're about to see ranks 84th statewide. On the national scope of things, in the big Pope and Young new latest book out in 2011, this buck, out of 3,641, it ranks 586 at 193 and 4/8. At 193 and 4/8, this buck I labeled Grandpa Buck is still the largest buck killed in Clark County to date in the record books with a bow and arrow. It's overwhelming to think that would stand that large a buck in that county that many years. And I'd like to say a few things while we're on this subject. Score is not everything, but for you people that sit out there in the crowd and procrastinate, or I don't know what your excuse is, not to enter your animal in the Pope and Young scoring system, these are volumes and volumes of record keeping. If you're not man enough or woman enough to support Pope and Young and put your animal in that book for a minimum charge, you're cheating yourself, nobody else. I've heard all the excuses in the world. People will follow you around because you think, people are not going to follow you around. Hell, I got them sitting on my fence line now. They don't know if I killed a buck. They don't even know what a Pope and Young record book probably even looks like, let alone buy one or enter an animal into it. But most people out there in that dimension, at this last Deer Classic, I talked to several acquaintances, I wouldn't call them friends, that can elaborate on 200-inch deer, da-da-da-da-da-da. They're really rehearsed in antler scoring, boy, I tell you. But none of them have anything in the Pope and Young record book. Even some of the superstars, movie star celebrities that are at these Deer Classics. There's one gentleman there, I won't give him credit to mention his name. He has one 134-inch deer in the record book. But on his website, he touts that he has many Pope and Young. Well, folks, take it from the non-typical Norwalkian. It ain't Pope and Young until it goes to Chatfield, Minnesota and gets recorded in the archives. You can call it anything you want, but please do not utter Pope and Young out of there until you've manned up, womaned up, and spent your $35 to have it registered. You're not registering your personality. You're registering the animal that you admire. And that goes into the record book. That animal ought to have recognition that it walked on this earth and gave you entertainment. Because a lot of these new so-called celebrities gloat about that. Well, hell, you can make a score any way you want it. You can say it's Don Mealy record book. It's I score the value of that deer is Pope and Young 1,567. That's right off the top of my head, just the way I call it. So, if you shoot a record book buck that meets the criteria, do the right thing. Enter it. When you get older up in your years, nobody's even going to know you was on the face of this earth. Now, when I'm on the other side of the sod, which could be any day, once you get over 62, as you all know, you don't buy a six-pack of beer. You buy it, one beer at a time. Keep in mind that this is the only recognition that animal's going to get. And if you're not ethical enough to register it in it, please, by all means, do not use the Pope and Young's name as saying that it's a Pope and Young deer, because it's not. It's a dead deer hanging on your wall. So that's it from the non-typical Norwalkian's man cave. Sit back and enjoy the video. I think you'll find it interesting. So, catch you on the other side.
Big buck, Grandpa Buck, come in at 2:30 in the afternoon this afternoon, November 5th. He was standing right there, which is about, I'd suppose right there. He's probably about 5 yards from the tree. The does come in, and the does was also standing right in there looking at me, but I had a north wind, but I was about 25 feet up here in this tree. So I beat him, and I got him killed. He's a tremendous buck, I believe. I watched him for 5-10 minutes. He stood right off over in there. Right over in there. That's where he stood. He was eating around that tree right in there. And then he came this way. And it was some holding your breath. 2:30 in the afternoon, north wind. Been here all day. Just set this stand. Moved this stand over here. Got in this stand at 11:30 this morning. Moved it across the way. I'd set up originally on the wrong trail. And luckily I got down and I found that out. But he ran off. He only ran off. He's right down here in the creek. I'll be able to see him down there. There he is, right there. Yeah, he's a nice buck. Don't have to trail him far. He sort of drug himself down there. But, what a tremendous day. Set up on this ridge. He came in the back door, and I took him out. It's a tremendous high. That's all I can say. He's one hell of a nice buck. At 2:30 in the afternoon, overcast day, north wind blowing all day. A lot of people probably wouldn't hunt a day like this. But, I had to fight the strong wind this morning. That's 6 deer I could have shot. The 3rd deer I've harvested on the 5th of November, and I've shot. I wounded one, so actually it's the 4th deer I've shot on the 5th, but I've had 6 opportunities on the 5th to shoot trophy bucks on the 5th of November. And this is the 3rd one, and he's the best one. He is the best of the lot. Yeah, he was standing right here. He came in. I was up there. Now you can see that ladder. That ladder's 15 feet. That's my stick. It's 15 feet. And I was up there in that tree quite a ways. Higher than I usually get, but glad I did. Yeah, right here he was looking at me. But I'm about 5 yards from the tree right now. But that's a long way. Like I said, the top of that stick right there, that's 15 foot right there. So that's another, you're 21, 22 feet high, at least. Big old tree right here. I just moved this tree in here to stand in here this morning. I was on the wrong side of the trail. By the way, my bow fell from that platform right there. It fell from that platform clear down to the ground about noon. And it fell, climbed down and got it, got back up there. And it worked okay. That's the first deer I killed with that bow, first strike at 1993. Nice timber here. I'd never killed a buck in this timber right in here. And I always dreamed of killing one. And what better time to kill one. A beautiful day, overcast the entire day. And see, the funny thing about it is my tree right here, this tree, is north of the trail that he was on. But I was up so high, apparently my scent went over him. That's sort of how you got to do it when you're in the middle of these timbers. Just get up high and watch the trails. And no shooting lanes are cut. I just left everything natural. And it worked out tremendous. I heard one stick snap and I turned around and it was a doe. And then I turned around and I seen him coming and I said, oh my God, if I can just beat that doe. And I'll tell you what, she gave me all it was to beat her, I'll tell you. I didn't think I was going to beat her. Yeah, there's the arrow shaft. Didn't get passed through. It was hitting pretty high and pretty hard. But it double lunged him. Got him right there. Here's a beautiful one. He's a beauty. He's a beauty. Nice buck. This is what we call Grandpa. We got him. I've been hunting this deer quite a few years. And we finally got him. Come in at 2:30. And tremendous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh man. 13, 14, 15. He points all over him. Real good mass. He's just a beautiful animal. Nice temper and a real tight main beam. Main beam's pretty long. I don't know what he scored, but he looked like a nice one to me. And I hope he looks like a nice one to you people, but I really don't care. Because he don't go in the record book, that's for dang sure. That's dang sure. That's 5 couple young deer in a row. And this is my best whitetail deer that I've ever shot. And once again, I emphasize it was November 5th. And I've killed tremendous deer on November 5th. I'm just fortunate, thank the Lord above, that I got this here boy killed, because he wasn't no dummy. I just was higher than what he apparently was, and I got him killed. But, beautiful day. I wish Deb Meliora was here. I've got a one heck of a hill. I don't know how I'm going to get him up there. I figure he's probably going 250. I don't know if he's a big deer. But, I'll take some pictures of him. He got some rubs on up this hill. I'm going to take some pictures of these rubs. You can see right in the straight line up there some big rubs. We're going to walk on up there and look at them rubs here in a minute, and I'll show you why I set up on this particular trail. This big rub up here on this hill, when I seen that this morning, I was supposed to went back to work, and I said, screw work. I moved that stand and immediately climbed into the tree stand, and 2:30, from 11:30 to 2:30, I shot that buck that made that rub. This here rub right here, it wasn't here Wednesday. So as soon as I seen this rub, I knew something was in this area big time, and I wasn't going to leave here until I got him. And you can see that's how them brow tines, them double brow tines he got. He raked that tree. That tree, my friends, is every bit of 4 foot high. Up to there, that's got to be. That's a good 4 foot high. I mean, he rubbed that. I never seen a tree rub that long. He started at the root of it, and he rubbed that sucker right on up to the top. Tremendous rub. An old rub right next to it too. You can see the old rub had healed. He'd been rubbing that tree a few years. You can see the old scar tissue in it. So he's been rubbing that. That buck is right down at the bottom of this creek down here. Right down in that creek, right down on the bottom, is where the buck lays. Oh, well, matter of fact, right there he is. He's right off to the left, right there. Now, if I turn right around in my shoes here, real slow, look what you see right there. That big daddy rub, that 4-foot rub. Now see that tree? If I can get my hand on that. But see, I can't get my hand around that tree. That's a big old tree, you know. Big sucker, I'll tell you. He's a big one. I'll tell you that right now. He's my trophy of a lifetime. He's just a nice buck. And I'm just fortunate to be here today, out in the beautiful woods, November 5th, 1990. That was a hell of a drag up that hill. You know, he crawled down this hill. God damn it, I should have jumped on him. It would save me a job, but he probably figured if I was going to take his life, he was going to have the last laugh when I dragged his ass up that hill. Tremendous deer, my best deer yet. Thank you, Lord. May all you other bow hunters have as good a luck as I did.
This is the deer heart. Looked really good on a plate till Donnie just took half of it.
Yep, gonna eat his heart. Well, this is what made him run. This is what made him go. This is what made him hide. But I got it now. Pretty good. Eating his heart. First heart I ever ate from an animal. That's pretty good meat. That's what made him run around all that like Clark County. Good. That is good.
Lily, you want some?
Want some?
Come in here and get some. I'll get you on video
You want a
too.
gag look?
No, hey,
She don't even know what it is. If
She does too know what it is.
If you never tell her, she would never know.
you know,
Turn around so I can see you.
it brings me heart. Good. It's not bad.
It don't taste like nothing.
Yeah, see, it tastes like deer.
It don't taste like nothing at all. Need salt.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, you're just taking video?
Yeah.
spirit of the deer. That's really good meat. You know, doesn't have no fat in it or nothing. Never ate a heart before. Well, that's it from the supper table. Get it done, caked out. Get him on up. Get him taxidermied. Putting Chuck's knife through the test here. That little knife you gave me, Chuck, still using it. It's just as sharp can be. It really takes an edge, really nice. Very little effort to get it sharpened. It's a real fine knife. Yeah. Just thought I'd let you know I still got it. Yeah, get this guy caked out. It's a little bit easier doing this in your garage. Warm out today too. That's one good thing about it. Real warm out today. I like to get a lot of hide Joe to work with. Don't have too much. There's not enough, I'll tell you that. Boy, it's hide come off really good. Yeah, I'll be out there in Wyoming, Chuck. This time next year, we'll see what them pronghorns got to say about it. Maybe, if we get lucky, get an elk tag, maybe we'll strike out after one of them. Wish he could do that when he was alive. And got a little skin hanging on him. Yeah, skin. Where that sucker? There we go. There we go. There he is. 1993 buck. Very nice buck. Looks like got about 16 points. So next stop's meters. And that's it from the garage.
But you hunt smart and hunt at the right time. The right time, timing, is the biggest thing. You can hunt a lot at the wrong time. You never get a damn thing accomplished but frustrate yourself and burn yourself out. Hunting smart, hunt the right time, and know what kind of deer your area has to offer. And be ready to perform at the time. And you'll bring home a deer like this every time. Or if you don't, you know, you'll have a good opportunity anyway.